Hello and welcome to another episode of U-Boat. I am your skipper, Carrot Top Gamer, and we are currently taking a top secret mission to go to Cardiff docks. There's been reports of a battleship there, so we are basically going to try and see if we can sink it. We've been told we're not allowed to alert any suspicion of us coming towards the docks, otherwise they might be able to get it seaworthy and out of the dock before we get there. And also, they might be able to get some reinforcements like destroyers and that there. So this is a very much a stealthy kind of mission, which, let's face it, any mission in a U-boat needs to be stealthy. I should apologise because for some reason the mouse has absolutely bloomed on the recording. In the actual gameplay, it was a normal size mouse, but during the when I've looked at the playback, for some reason it is scaled the mouse up ridiculously. Now, I didn't want to re-record it because this was quite a good episode, so I didn't want to go through it again just in case I couldn't replicate what happened this time. So unfortunately it might just be something that's got to be dealt with, but I hope it's not too bad for you. Okay, so as you can see, I kind of set up a little bit too close to land there, so what I've then did is I've recalculated my route to make it so I'm kind of missing as much land so I can get the time travel skip to work at more efficiently. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up towards the bay and then we're going to probably go underwater so we can try and hide it from being detected. So we're going to head across over to Cardiff then and then see if we can find a way to actually sink the battleship. Now obviously, because we did the sabotage mission there last time, we sunk a few people. They were on much more high alert, so they could put mines in place there. Now there's also a better net there. So it's going to be a lot harder to get into it, but we're going to try. Let's see if we can catch them off guard still, because if we can sink that battleship, that'll be a great victory. But the offshoot of that is it's going to be tough, and there's going to be a lot of defences and a lot of obstacles to stop us getting there. So we've now set on course. I've replaced the 2 crew members, and we've improved a couple of the items on there. We've got improved toilets because apparently that helps them feel better about themselves. But then saying that, who doesn't feel better after well, you know. And then we've also got a better electric engine as well, so hopefully that should mean we should be able to last longer underwater. So we're currently researching a new type of torpedo as well, which should hopefully help on that side of things. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm going to move us forwards and bring you back after the intro. Okay, so we're now just sneaking into the section just by the docks. It's daylight, so we've got to be a bit careful, and we have detected chimney smoke. So we need to be a little bit careful here because we can't get detected before we get there and blow our cover, otherwise we'll never make it in. But you can see there's the coast of Wales, and I don't know if, and there's the coast of Cornwall, England. So you can see we're kind of slotting in between. If we go to the map, you can see, and Cardiff docks is here. Now we've got to be a bit careful because we don't want to be seen. We've got to stay undetected. Okay, so we've had a RAF plane that's inbound. We've been detected by, and it's currently shooting at us. So we can just see us off in the distance there. And if you have a look at the front gun, you can kind of see him firing. So what we're going to do is I've set one of my sailors to get onto the AA guns to try and see if we can get him. So we're going to leave that view, and you can just see him there flying overhead. So we're going to try and get in and take him out before he gets us. Now what I've done is I'm just taking control of the guy in the AA gun, and you can see it looks like he's dropping depth charges. So we're just going to give him a quick blitz. Okay, we haven't done enough to bring him down, and you can see the splashes now coming from the depth charges. It looks like it's shaking us a bit, but there doesn't seem to be any damage that has come up. So hopefully we were just too far away. Now, it feels like they've updated this game a little bit, and they've added a bit of recoil onto the AA gun, because I don't remember it bouncing about as much, which isn't a problem because it makes it a bit more realistic, but it just means you've got to try and adjust for it. So what we're doing is we're waiting for him to kind of turn around and come back around so that we can try and get him as he does a strafing run. It's a lot easier to hit when he's heading towards us than when trying to aim ahead of him in a gun like this, which isn't designed for that type of thing. So I have been kind of toying with the idea of taking a few pot shots just on the off chance, but it will just be wasting ammo really. The other thing we want to be careful of is while he's doing this, he is reporting our location, so it's a catch-22 because I want to try and get down as quickly as possible to try and get hidden, because now we've been detected, everything's going to start verging on us. He seems to just be circling, which makes me think that he's not going to do another strafing run, or not yet anyway. So, in which case, he's just biding time for others to come to us. So yeah, what I'm going to do is take a few pot shots, I think, and just see if we can hit him. But looking at it, we're not really doing much to him. So, it's a bit of a decision on what to do next. Do we keep trying and waiting for him? Or do we just try and dive and see if we can get away from him? Looking at the map, you can see what looks like something coming in at us. So I think there's somebody who's seen us and is firing towards us. We can't see them yet. And yeah, if you look from their point of view, the plane's still shooting its side guns at us. But you can see that we're being fired at. So what I'm going to do is try and get ourselves down to periscope depth. So if we can clear the deck, please. And we're going to slow it down a little bit. Oh great, and now it looks like he's turning, so now's this, and because we're going underwater, I can't get a guy on the deck gun anymore, or on the AA gun, so now is the time he decides to strafe. Now I don't know whether he's just timed that perfectly, or whether on this the AI has picked up that we're going underwater, so thought we'll strafe him now because he knows I'm undetected. So here come the depth charges again. Oh, they're a lot closer, those ones. There's one, two. Yep, we're going to get hit by one of them at least. Okay, so we've got a bit of damage here. This is not good. And we're going underwater now as well. So I need to try and get this stuff repaired. So let's get you. Come on, I need you. Where's the damage? It'll be at the front of the ship. I don't know why I'm looking at the back. I need you repairing the leaks. The rest of it can be done later, but the leaks are important. Oh, okay, so he's dragging out the guys which got injured in it. Luckily, it hasn't destroyed any of the torpedoes, so we've been a bit lucky there. So it hasn't actually damaged the ship. Oh, I'm just doing a quick auto-save. But yeah, so it hasn't hit any of the torpedoes, so that was a bit of luck. So what we need to do is try and stop this leak from getting worse. So if we can get the guys repairing the leaks, which we've got 2 guys on board now doing so. And we've managed to clear all the injured people out, so we're going to get someone to tend to it. To them, just get him to get some breathing apparatus as well, because if this water gets too high, I don't want them getting themselves. I don't want them getting themselves to a point where they can't breathe. So a bit of breathing apparatus, and then we'll get them back, and then at least then they can work if the water gets too high. What I'm also going to do is get somebody to close this door here, because we want to stop the water filling up the rest of the ship. Once he's done that, we'll look at getting the rest of the water out, and hopefully there's a guy now doing some first aid to the injured parties. And we've taken on so much water that we're actually scraping across the bottom. So what I'm doing is come to a stop. Gonna let us just rest it on the bottom. The back will start to catch up. I think the problem is because we're taking on the water, it's just too much for them to be able to manage. So he's at 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. Come on. There you go, that one's finished. And what about you? Okay, I want you to get the pump on so we can start pumping out the water out here. And I need you to start tending to the sailors, so if you can start helping them out, that would be great. And then as soon as we get this bit done, we'll open the doors so we can equalise the water out and get the pump to start pumping it out. Luckily it's not going to be high enough to injure the rest of them, it'll just mean they get a little bit wet. So we're not far away now, 91, 92, 93, we've got to be close now. And then we can finally start pumping out the rest of this water. Here we go, so it's now been repaired, so we're going to get the door opened so that we can at least get the water start pumping. Okay, so we now need to move them to start repairing other areas of the ship. Definitely make sure the pump's out, and I need these guys now to be looking after, so if we can get the medic over there to see to these boys, please. The pump's on, so that's all okay. The water will start draining now out of there, flooding the other compartments until it gets to the main point of the where the pump is. You can see it's now going up, which is good, and I think all the rest are okay. We just need to get these guys to physically get healed. But I'm going to close that hatch to stop any water moving past the control tower or the control center, because that's where the pump is and we don't need it going past that point. So you can see the water's now starting to equalize. He's now being seen, which is good. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. Okay, so it's showing he's repairing something. Not sure what needs repairing over there, but obviously something still needs fixing. These guys, they won't seem to heal for some reason. So get yourself there and start tending to him. Stop looking at him and start helping him. There we go. So he's administering first aid. Hopefully they'll be all okay. You can see timers on them. So hopefully once we get these seen to, they'll be fit enough to get back to work. But we'll make them rest for a bit to get their strength up, and we're going to try and see if we can carry on and get to our location. Okay, so we've managed to get the ship back off the bottom of the seabed now, so we've started moving further to our location. We've just had a report come through which is saying and unfortunately looks like we've lost one of our sailors. So yeah, him over there. Unfortunately, we could not tend to his wounds quick enough, or they were just too severe. So unfortunately, he's ended up being a casualty of war. I can hear torpedoes being fired as well, so I don't know if they're towards us or not. So I'm trying to see if we can get this this radio message downloaded so we can try and see what it's about. But we're going to try and get somebody onto the hydrophones as well, so we can make sure that there's no ships close to us, because we are getting what sounds like torpedoes being fired, and I'm just worried that they're going to be heading towards us. We have got silent running on, so hopefully that will help us stay undetected, but you can never tell. They won't see us, but we're being told we can pick up a battleship. So it looks like our fellow U-boat is attacking it. That's what we can hear. So there we go, we're having a little look. I think that's it over there. It looks like it's being attacked. Let's see if we can see anything. Let's just heading forwards. Yeah, it's listing, so it's definitely being hit. We'll look onto it and we'll try and get ourselves over there. If we put ourselves up to forward 3. We've got another one coming in. He looks like he's going down, you know. So the battleship might have ended up being sunk and we didn't do anything about it because we were just too injured coming in. Empire Lipton. Which part of attack? A flash of light was seen, followed by a bang. Blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, so there's the Revenge. So we are going. It looks like they're abandoning. There's the U-boat we actually told to come up here earlier.
Feindlicher Zerstörer auf.
And it looks like he's got a destroyer on his tail. You might be able to see these ones hit. And then we'll try and help him with those destroyers. So they've abandoned the battleship, although it hasn't sunk yet, and you can see it's still relatively there, but he's fired a couple more torpedoes at it, so hopefully that'll be enough to finish it off. But I don't know if we're going to get there quick enough to help him out. Because I believe you've got 1, 2 destroyers there, and another one there. Is that 2 or is that 1? It just looks like 2. Oh no, just 1. He's listening. Yep, he's going. Well, that's a shame. I was hoping we'd be able to sink that, but unfortunately we ran into a little bit of problems. And, you know, lesson learned. Next time, don't try and be cheeky and take on a plane thinking you can shoot it down. But we managed. A sailor did unfortunately get killed in it, but we managed to stop the leak and stop us from sinking, which is good. And that battleship's going completely over. It's capsizing completely. Now the question is that U-boat going to be able to survive the attack? You can see the propeller's now sticking out. So he's pretty much gone. If he has, I can't believe it's not shown as sunk yet. But he... There you go, that was the final nail in the coffin, I think, for him. He's, look, you can see the explosions from... And you can see the splashes from him putting in the depth charges. So he's firing depth charges off the side of the back of the boat to try and take out the U-boat. I don't know if he's going to survive, you know. Because he's going to be taking on damage if we click on that and click that. Send that to say the Revenger's sunk. You can see he's listed, so it means he's taking on some damage. Yeah, look, you can see, look, he's taking a hit there. Hit on the back there. So yeah, he's taken a few hits by the looks of it. But he seems to be okay, I think. Doesn't seem to be getting any lower that I can see, but he is kind of low in periscope, and it looks like he's just trying to get away more than anything. So yep, so he's finally been sunk, so we can... Oh, no. Yeah, let him attack him. We're going to go over here and see if we can help. Who's he shooting at? He's still shooting at the capsize. The boat's capsized. I don't think you can sink it anymore because I think it's actually... Ooh, can we? Do you reckon we can pick this stuff up? Yeah, we can. It's on that side. So there's goods there we can pick up. I've told him to do that. Defensive, mate. Don't attack. And then what we'll do is we'll come up and try and give them a bit of support, because hopefully they won't know we're here. Nope, he died. What a shame. They must have been shooting at him in the water. He just tried too much. So then that begs the question. How do we want to play it? Well, we've been told we've still got to go to the docks, so I'm thinking...
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Regardless, I'm going
Kurs auf
to the
diese
docks so we can
Koordinaten
complete
setzen.
our mission. I'm not going to even attempt that. We're no match for 2 corvettes and 3 and 2 destroyers even. And look, you can see he's been sunk trying to do it himself. See, he's literally laying at the bottom of the ocean because of how big the ship is. His towers and that are still showing. So they might be able to get in and recover some of that gear, especially in the main bridge unit, because maybe some of the ammo and stuff, because it's all sticking above water. Bit of scuba diving gear. And they'll be able to recover a lot of that.
Wasserbomben!
Okay, so we got ourselves into a bit of bother. One of them thinks they know where we are because he's stopped and he's dropping depth charges off the back to try and get us. He's also shooting at something, but I don't know what. So... oh, the ship's just disappeared. I don't know what's happened to him. I know he's back. I don't know what happened there. I think he's trying to shoot us, but I don't know how he can see us. But he's shooting very high up if he is trying to shoot us. But I'm almost tempted because it doesn't look like he's moving. So I'm almost tempted to do a bit of sneaky attempt of shooting and seeing if we can get a firing solution. But we need to be on the. We need to have the periscope up to do that. And he's starting to move again now anyway, so.
Feindlicher Zerstörer auf 9 Uhr.
But they're all starting to converge on us, which is not looking good. He seems to definitely know where we are, and I don't know how. Let's all stop it. Yep, this is not going to go well. Look, we can see the depth charge being dropped. This is the end of it, I think. Right, where's the leak? We got 2 leaks there. We need to close that bulkhead. Have you still got the breathing up to us? Yes, you have. Okay. Is that still at the back? Yes, it is. No, you need to repair the hull.
Herr Kaloy? Sehr wohl, Herr Kaloy.
The leak is more important.
Kapitän.
You just gotta hope you've got enough there to... Once you've done that one...
Herr Kaloi. Herr Kaloi. Erledigt. Schaden repariert. Jawohl.
Cool. Hopefully we can fix this leak. We might have to abandon the mission, you know, because I don't know if we're going to be able to make it. We're being badly bombarded at the moment and we're running out of parts. Let's just see what the water levels are looking like in each of the compartments, because we want to make sure we don't take on too much water in the places that aren't leaking. And what I need to do is just make sure these guys are repairing the correct bits.
Jawohl.
The damaged components aren't as important as plugging the holes at the moment. I don't know if there's a way to prioritise the holes over the rest of it, but it is something that I need them to be doing more of, because the damaged components are no good to us if the ship is in a state we can't use it. So let's get them doing that, because once the holes are fixed we can then get the water off the boat and then we can start seeing about getting the engines up and running again. The torpedoes at this stage are not important, or not the rear torpedoes anyway. And yeah, we'll need to get one of the compressors working, but the electric motors in this section is my highest priority. So let's get these repaired. What else are we looking at? We'll get the pump off and turn that off for the time being, because we want to make as least amount of noise as possible. Good, we got one of the leaks fixed.
Kapitän.
So it looks like there's only one leak left. So if we can get that fixed, hopefully we can then start draining this water out and getting it pumped out. We've been quite lucky in the sense that they don't seem to have come back for us. So either they've lost our position or they think we've sunk, which is good. So I'm going to open this hatch now. Oh, we'll do once it's repaired. Oh no, somebody's already opening it, it's fine. Because once this leak is repaired, we can start pumping out that water. So we might as well start the pumping process now, so that he doesn't have to keep using his breathing apparatus. So here we go, the guy's moving over for that side of things. The pump is back on. So let's get this water drained and then hopefully he's now legging it because the water's going to start rushing through. But hopefully then, once he's finished repairing that part, we can get this boat back up and running. So there we go. I mean, there's a lot of water falling out now, which is good. So the water levels are going down massively. He's mopping up the floor. You're going to be doing that for a long time. You might as well wait until the water's been pumped out, mate. We can see there's a lot of the destroyers are still around us. There's one heading straight for us, but hopefully the fact that they've left us this long, they don't know where we are. So fingers crossed they don't. So if we can get this repaired and then turn ourselves around, ideally I want to go down one way and then come across, and in that way they won't see us, or they won't predict that course of action, that we might be okay. Oh no, we're picking up more depth charges. Oh, that's not too close yet, but it does sound like he's getting closer, which is not what we want. I wonder if they've heard the noise on the hydrophones from the pump whirring away. Oh look, we've been hit again. Oh shit, look, we've got leaks everywhere. One in the back again. This is not looking good. Plug that leak, you plug that leak, and you go for that leak. If we can get everybody plugging leaks, because that's the main important bit at the moment, we need to get as many people plugging the leaks as possible. So Captain, I'm going to get you to take a breathing apparatus. You're going to need you to get that, and then we're going to get you to plug one of the other leaks. So we've got 1, 2, 3 leaks being repaired at the moment. If you get one towards the front, that will be good. Let's say that one there. You fix that one. I'm gonna get you to start closing doors and stuff like that. Give you an apparatus just in case. Can you fix a leak? No. Okay, so you can't fix a leak because you're not an engineer. So, is it worth you having a breathing apparatus, or should we just close the doors and let these guys that are fixing things keep them? It's a good question. Now, okay. So, you fixed that one. Okay. Looking like your breathing apparatus is running low though, so we're going to have to start looking at other plans moving forwards in a minute.
Ist so schwer zu atmen. Kapitän.
Everybody,
Herr Kaloi.
get over here.
Kapitän. Herr Kaloi.
Come on, over here. Over here.
Kapitän.
Over here. Captain, where are we? Can you... Right, come on, we need to get the captain to try and get that injured guy out. He's got breathing apparatus, so it's going to be a bit of a mission because he's got to get through the water. Where are you? I need to find you. I can see the mark to say where he is, but it's not letting me get him. And we want to try and pick him out before he dies, if it will let us. But it's not giving me that opportunity. Now we've got an issue here because the water's filling up, but I need to try and make the situation safe first. So, I'm not sure how I'm going to get this guy out. I can see he's there, but unfortunately it's got the bilge pump with the water kind of indicator right next to him. So, he might be, unfortunately, he might have been a... Oh no, somebody's got him. It's okay, somebody's gone to get him. So you can see how bad it's filling up. Unfortunately, that's all of the rooms after the ship, which means we're not going to get this thing moving because the engine rooms and everything are all completely submerged now. But the captain's managed to get the mechanic out, which is good. It's looking like we've got somewhere around 8 leaks. So I was just quickly counting the leaks we've got. So it looks like we've got about 7 or 8 leaks. So what we need to do is try and work systematically. Work from the bits closer to the control centre and do each compartment one at a time and try and see if we can get these leaks sorted. Now,
Kapitän.
we need somebody to tend to him, but it's not letting me. For some reason, it's not letting me get this guy, and I don't know why. Which is a bit annoying, a bit of a pain, but we will figure out a way. Otherwise, it might just be that he needs rest. But anyway, we need to try and get these leaks under control. Now, I think if we start on these ones here, so I'm get whoever can repair, get them to repair. And get all of these leaks at the start sorted.
Kapitän.
He is running low though. He's only got 15 in the air, so we need. I'm sure somebody's got air that isn't using it. Right, Captain. You put the air back for the time being.
Schiffsschrauben, Herr Kaloi.
Engineer have that because I'm sure he'll probably be more efficient when it comes to actually repairing.
Zu Befehl.
So we'll get him to pull that back.
Zu Befehl.
There we go, get him to pick that one up. There we go, so now we can get him to go back and do the repairing. And hopefully that will then, if we can do it, if we can get enough parts to at least get back some of the engine room, we should be able to start moving and hopefully get to the top where we can drain this water properly. Okay, so it seems like the mechanic has died, which is a shame because obviously he's very important to keeping this ship running properly. But we've still got the engineer, so what I'm doing is getting the captain to move the stuff across the water from one side to the other, while the others fix the other side of that bulkhead. And at least that way, what will happen is we can then get as much of the water drained before so. This is going to be tough, this is, and I'm not 100% sure we're going to have enough parts and oxygen to get all this ship repaired. Because that's the room we need to get to there, because that's engineering, or where the electric engines are, which is what we need to use for underwater propulsion. But unfortunately, it's right at the back of the ship. Now, the other option to do is to at least get that engine room fixed, block off both sides, and then get it running to a point we can get onto the surface. But it's going to be a tough job to do it, and I'm not 100% sure if we're going to be able to pull it off, so I'm having a little look to see what we can do. Okay, so we've managed to get the gallery there that you can see cleared, and we've managed to then get the water drained out of it. Unfortunately, we're down to our last guy with any breathing apparatus. As you see, he's only got 5 units there left. I'm hoping to try and get this major leak sorted here, and then open the door at least, so we can just keep working in tangent to fix that bit at the back, and hopefully the rest of it, the pump will be able to keep up. But we have got an issue where I don't think it's going to work because of the amount of leaks about. He's now run out of oxygen, so we're going to need to get him out of there because we don't want him to drown. And we've got to try and work out now how are we going to fix these remaining leaks. By the looks of it, there's 2 leaks still in that room, and then once we do it, we can then get those we can then get that room cleared out of water, and then at least there's only one more room, and we'll have to do shifts going in, fix, come out, going in, fix, come out. But I'm not sure if that's something we're going to be able to do. It's a difficult one, but we need to get this fixed. The problem being is I don't know when you stop it, you then have to start from scratch, whether we can carry on from where we left off essentially. So I see the water's now building up in there a little bit. I've tried to see if I can kind of manage it. I think the 2 leaks is just too much for that pump to keep up with. It's just coming in at too high a rate, so I feel this might be a bit of a lost cause. If we can't get these leaks under control, we're going to have to scuttle the ship and try and see if we can blow any ballast tanks that might be in there, get to the surface, and then abandon ship. But that's all if we can get off the seabed to begin with. Otherwise, it's not looking good for them because there's only so much air that this boat has got as well. So I'm just having a look around and see. You can see how quickly it's filling up the rest of it. I need to get all these compartments classed as so that they don't go into them. Because this is where we're going to try and manage the water flow to try and get these repairs done. You can see that the computer is constantly trying to get him to go and repair the leaks, but because he hasn't got any breathing apparatus, I'm trying to stop him doing it while I try and figure out what we're doing. But I might just have to leave him at it. You can see his health isn't very high either. You can also see now. Nope, he's bleeding. That did not last long at all. So that's our chief engineer now out, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get him back. Ooh, this is not looking good. Okay, so we've just hit a bit of a problem here. The ballast tanks didn't do nothing, and we've got no power from the engines because they're underwater. All we're running on at the moment is batteries, and they're not going to last forever. So it doesn't look like we're even going to be able to scuttle the ship. So all we're going to do is destroy the Enigma machine, and they're going to have to try and find a way to get off the boat. But I think essentially this is it. I think we have now lost U91, I'm afraid, which means all hands on board are going to have been lost because there's no way of them getting off the bottom, and their air eventually is going to run out.